Here we are in the Redwood Forest, and I have met a hawk friend right up here, and I was thinking today what video I would make, setting off on my journey around America. And as I was walking into the Redwood Forest here at the entrance, I began to hear the sound of the woodpecker, the same sound I heard in my hometown at the creek, reminding me to tap into my intuition. And as I was listening to the sound and following the sound of the woodpecker, I heard the call of a familiar sound, that of a crow. And as I followed the sound of the crow, it led me to this beautiful hawk, which is right here. And this beautiful hawk has been guiding me along the way from dead tree branch to dead tree branch as I enter the Redwood Forest here in Northern California. And I thought, what better time to give a short teaching about the hawk than when the hawk itself presents its sacred energy along the path. And what this reminded me of, following the woodpecker, following the crow, and then stumbling upon the hawk, I don't know if you just saw that, but the hawk flew down, touched the ground briefly, and then returned back to its perch. So as I'm following the woodpecker to the crow, stumbling upon the hawk reminded me, hey, this video is about me, not the crow and not the woodpecker. So talk about me. I have much to teach you. All right, so, well, that's where I will begin with the hawk. It reminds us that while it is very elegant and beautiful and powerful, it's doing this on its perch, it can see very far. And it can see all the tiny creatures crawling on the forest floor. But it is patient. Hawks are very patient, and they only take flight when they see something worth swooping down to investigate closer. So as it swoops down, it knows that with precision it can grab whatever it wants in terms of food. And the hawk doesn't stay on the ground long. In fact, it's only very briefly. And then it will return to the sky. And that reminds us, humans, if you think of the sky and the ground as levels of consciousness or vibration, higher vibration being up in the canopy, up in the clouds even, and sometimes our vibration we lower into negativity, and sometimes life calls us into situations where we have to drop into an area that we would rather not be in order to survive. And the hawk reminds us that even though we have to change locations, even though we have to swoop down to the ground, we can always remember our wings and return to our perch in the sky. The hawk teaches us many things, and one of those is that with our wings, we are never truly stuck. If life calls us to change locations, we can do so confidently knowing that we have our wings to carry us forward. Another thing I'm noticing about this particular hawk is that it has flown specifically from dead tree to dead tree to dead tree, which to me advocates that even when a tree has fallen or struck by lightning, the entire dead tree is providing a home for millions and millions of life forms. So just as the songbirds and the owl love to make their homes in the living trees, because the microorganisms and the fungi and all the tiny critters of the lower levels, one might say the carpet floor of the Redwood Forest, love to make their home in the dead tree. That tree really isn't dead. Its new inhabitants make it alive. And then, of course, over years and years, the tree will break down, and it will become nutrients for this beautiful green grass to grow, and thus the cycle of life continues. So we can see that nature has a way of bringing people together. When you seek with all your heart, you will find. And sometimes we think we have to go so far to find what we're looking for, when really what we're looking for was right here, all along. And with that, I remind you to channel your inner hawk, that of patience, that of precision, elegance, and that we remember we can always rise from any location as long as we remember our wings. All right, everybody say bye, hawk.